Right, back to the scanner. So if we look at the scanner again, you'll see there's no screen or keyboard. You've only got the scan buttons, which means you have to program the scanner. When you scan data into it in a certain, we have to follow certain rules so that the software can understand what you're trying to achieve here. So in that regard, you've got a folder like this, and it's got the quick start guide explaining 1, 2, 3 here. And just to run through the steps quickly. So the first step is to scan an action. So you can book in, book out, stock take or archive. The second step will be to scan a location barcode. That's a barcode that starts with LOC, that you'll normally stick by the door. That identifies a location. And the third step is to scan the actual assets. So you take your asset tag, you stick it to a asset, and you'll say number 317 was a boardroom table or such. Right, so just to get back to the actions quickly. So book in is what you'll initially do to populate the register. Or it's also, you can use that to transfer an asset from one location to another. So if you need to move an asset, you just book it into the new location. The second one here is book out. So book out is more like a flag on the system. It will flag items that are temporarily out of the hands of the company. So it's stuff that maybe it goes for repairs or calibrations to a third party, so it leaves the company's hands for a while. Then stock take, that's your annual verification exercise. So that's what you'll do next year to verify the existence of the assets. The last one here is archive. So that's your disposals. If it's sold or broken or whatever the reason might be. So to get started, so if we need to format the data on the scanner, we'll have to start with step 1. Step 1 is just choose an action. For now it will be book in. So we go book in, we scan that barcode. The second step is to scan a location. So the location, like I said, will be typically stuck by the door, so we'll scan the location barcode. And then we scan the individual asset. So when I stick a barcode, I stick it on a, let's say we call that location the boardroom. Then this is the boardroom table. So 317 is a boardroom table. And that's my step 3. So as I scan this, I'll have to write down 317 is this boardroom table, because as I said earlier, this thing, there's no keyboard, so you can't input the data onto the scanner. Then we take the next barcode, we'll scan it, we'll say that's a chair, and let's say there's another chair, 319 is also a chair. Then we'll come back to the software, we connect the scanner. So we completed this steps 1 to 3 now, and we'll go to the scanner button on the software, and we'll say download USB scanner. So at this stage the software will ask us what that specific location is. So, and we'll choose a division. As if you look at the bottom of the software, the bottom of the screen here, so you'll see that we've got divisions. So that's a bigger area. That could be like a department, like finance, HR. So if we say we call that finance, then there's certain locations. So there could be multiple locations in the finance division. And then lastly, we've got the assets, so there could be multiple assets in that specific location. So if we go back to this data capturing here, so the division would be, let's call it finance, and the location name we said is a boardroom. Right, so as we enter that data, then we go okay. And now the system will ask us to elaborate on the asset details that we scan. And you'll see that we've got a name and a description here. The reason for that is the name will keep as simple as possible, like a laptop. So later on you can pull a register, let's say, of all the laptops in the organization, regardless of make or model or age. So, and now we'll start 317, that was a table. Right, and on the description we'll elaborate a little bit more on that specific table. So we'll say it's a solid wood board table. You can say it's oval or rectangular. Then it falls under furniture. That's the asset class, or maybe it could be a cost center. And I'm only going to do those basic ones for now. So then later on we'll go into more details. And then we say that one was a chair. It's a red and black. It's also furniture. And now the system will allow you to copy Control C and Control V. So you can copy and paste. Right, so I'm just going to do the basics here. Then I'm going to OK this. Now we get to a confirmation page. This confirmation page, it will also show you the steps 1 to 3 in more clarity. So the first step was to scan the action. Then the second step was to scan a location. Then the third step was to scan the 3 assets. Right, in this stage we can go here and do a comment, last minute comment, to say it is scratched. Right, like that. We can OK it. Right, and then we can obviously clear the scanner because the data is now transferred from the scanner onto the software. And that's the start of our asset register. In the next section I'll just run through all the different options on the field names, and there's 20 additional fields that you can add and so forth.